Hi guys, welcome in the fourth episode of the series about learning from my own mistakes. In the last video, I fixed some of the mistakes, and today I'm going to finish the process. So let's now take care about to-do item service and adjust the service to the changes in to-do item controller. So as you remember, we've changed the type of objects being passed to the service. So we have to adjust the type expected by these methods to-do item DTO. So Uh, here, controller is passing an item to the method from to the item service, and this is of type to the item DTO. So we have to mm, make service expect the same. And now it is expecting to do item. So let's change it to do item DTO. Here, here, and here to the item DTO. Okay, so that should be fine. And the return type also has to be changed since controller expects to the item DTO to be returned from the service. So let's now update all of them. So again here to the item DTO, copy, paste, paste, and paste. Good. And now we have some problems highlighted. As you can see, the problems appeared because of different type being returned from repository. So the repository works with an entity class so that we have to convert the result from to-do item repository uh, to DTO, and only then we can return such result. So what I mean by that is that to-do item repository find all method returns a list of to-do item. We are proceeding some operations on them, so stream, sort them out, like sort them, uh, and but this is still a to-do item object. But what we expect, what we want to return is to-do item DTO, list of to-do item DTO. So we have to convert these to-do items to be to-do item DTOs. So how can we do that? We can do it by just mapping it kind of manually. I can show you how to do it here in get all to-do items. So I will just use dot map, move it to the right. And what I want to do is to take all of the every single item from the list and use its properties to create new to-do item DTOs. Right now we have an error, but that's correct because our list is of type to-do item, and right now we are converting it to list of to-do item DTO. So we have to change its type to-do item DTO, and now the error is gone. So, but that's not a valid solution because we are just creating empty to-do item DTOs. We have to pass some properties. So item get ID, item get short description, item get details, and item get deadline. Okay, that should be it. And now, but okay, it's a valid solution, this mapper. It will work, but the problem is that we'll have to use it a few times in this service. It is not the best thing to repeat the same operation every time. So I think the best solution would be to create kind of mapper class or just a method which will encapsulate this logic. So we have to use it because we have to use it do the same operation here, here, and also here, because in every single case I mentioned, we have to return to do item DTO instead of to do item past. So this is to do item. It is passed as an object to be returned, but we have to mm, map it to do item DTO. So that's it. So for now, I think a special constructor taking instance of to do item should be enough. And in the next episodes, I will tell you why it is not the best approach. So what I want to do is to create a special constructor to which we will just pass an item. Not like here we are passing all of the properties separately, but we will just pass one item. So to do that, I have to go to do item DTO, click Command N or Alt Insert on Windows, and generate a constructor using all of the fields. But in our case, we want to mm, pass a to do item object. And we will use its properties. So item.getID, item.getShortDescription, item.getDetails, and item.getDeadline. Good. So that should be it. Let's go back to the item service and use it instead of this mapper. So we will take the item again and pass it to the special constructor new to the item DTO and pass the item inside. And that's good. But we are getting a hint from IntelliJ that lambda can be replaced with method reference. So I will just do it, replace lambda with method reference. And now it looks a bit nicer. But we have to do it in the rest of the methods. So new to do item DTO and pass saved inside. That's good. Here also new to do item DTO and pass it inside. And here new to do item DTO and oh sorry, and the item will be passed inside. So that's it. That's good, but we have another problem. What is it about? It is about item being passed to the save method, but it was not a problem because before it was a to-do item, so the entity object. But right now we are passing to-do item DTO. So that's from where it comes from. So here we have to make operation like reverse operation. So this time we have to map to do item DTO to be to do item, to be an entity object. So let's do it. To do item to be saved, let's say. And we can use it as we did in the map function before. So just pass the item and its properties like that, item get ID. But let's be consistent and create another constructor, analog, the same similar constructor as into the item DTO, but this time in the entity class. So let's go to the to-do item and create new constructor. Generate a constructor using all of the fields again. But again, we have to change it a bit. To do item DTO have to be passed. It will be item, and I will just copy it from here, from to do item DTO, because it will be pretty much the same. Okay, and that should be actually it. Good. So right now, yes, right now we are passing item itself. Good. And here we will be passing to be saved, which is now an entity item converted to be an entity. So that should work fine right now. Okay, and that should be it about the video. Again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and see you next time.